Hey folks, Reloading Bench again. So I was sorting brass in a previous video, and I decided that one of the follow-on videos for new reloading would be brass prep. And since 223 is probably the most intense in terms of brass prep, well, any rifle brass, but what I've done is I've thrown the range brass that we shot, and I'm sure we picked up somebody else's 223 because there's just so much of it laying around. So that's been tossed into the tumbler, and what I'll do for the next probably hour to two is kick that off, go do some catching up on reading, turn this on here in a second, and I'll see you back in about 90 minutes. So normally this is a dingy corner of the garage near the front, but with all the tripod and lighting, it looks a little more inviting. So I've just finished tumbling the 223 for about 90 minutes. And what I'm going to do now, I'll probably break this into segments instead of trying to do it live. Maybe I'll experiment with the tripod and lighting a little to show you essentially just dumping that bucket of media and 223 brass into the separator so that we come out with brass and leave all the media at the bottom of the bucket. This is a Frankfurt Arsenal combination. All right, so this might be a bit awkward and tight with all of the spacing, lighting, camera, tripod, and etc. So I'm going to take that media and dump it into that case separator. So I'll take a couple small segments of that. I usually prep the case separator by opening the top and then grabbing the tumbling media and brass and dumping it in there. Let's see if I can do this live without getting stuff everywhere. Not too bad. From here, what I usually do is shut that, lock it with the stainless steel pin that came with it. I put some leather shoestring on the end to make it a little easier to take out. Once I have that in place, I rotate maybe 10 or so times. And I flip the other direction. When I don't see any more dust or any flakes kicking back down or up, then I'm good to go, and I bring that over to the bins. As I've already stated, love the bins. That's why I like the leather strapping. I usually dump it in there, and then I pull out these are little pieces of bounce. What is that? Fabric softener kind of stuff. And the reason I have the bounce in there is to keep the dust collection to, or at least the dust that filters up to a minimum, and that's worked out pretty well. As you can see, a whole bunch of clean brass, and I found that the tumbling media that I use, the Lyman, a little better light, gets it quite nice. Good to go. On to the next steps of brass prep. Yay.